Hey, welcome back to the channel. Eric here, and we've got our coffee, and today is December 2nd. So I thought today we would do some reflecting, of trying to get you in a place where you start doing things that you want to do instead of should do. What's working, what's not working, what were the highlights of the past year for you, and what were the things kind of holding you back. It's a deep question, and a lot of times people, don't do this when it's goal setting basically in a deeper sense. Girls, lay down. What I'm talking about is, over the past year, are you continuing on a path of growth in things that you like to do and want to do? Should you stop certain things? Start something new? Or continue as you are because you're on a good path? I talk a lot about in my earlier videos that when you're goal setting, the only way you're going to figure out, you need to know where you are right now, right? Girls, you're rambunctious today. You need to figure out where you're at right now. And that's going to take some deep thinking, all right? Is your relationship good? Is your business doing good? Or did you start something new this year that you really wanted to do? Are you doing anything that you want to do that you enjoy doing instead of should be doing? Did you have financial problems this year? Did you have an increase in income due to something? Was your job better? Was the family doing good? Did you have more visits with the family? What are the highlights? And you need to really think about that, because if you sit there and you're thinking about it right now, you're going to miss a lot of things. And this is where the old school Eric comes in, either pen and paper or a pencil and paper, and just jotting down things. And some of the ways you can look through that is if you keep like a calendar of events. Maybe somebody graduated high school, somebody graduated college, somebody got married, somebody got a new job, somebody went on a vacation. I know, what's a vacation, right? So, in order to get where you want to go, you need to take a good look at where you are right now. And it goes back to, developing a plan of, you want to go here. If you and the family want to go to Disney World, you have to show that you're right here at your house, right? So you have to figure out where you're at. And then you can plan your route on the maps all the way down to Disney World. And part of that planning, that somewhere along that line, you're going to hit some roadblocks and some hurdles that you have to overcome. And there's not one person out there that can't overcome them if it's that important to them, right? How important is it to you to go to Disney World, right? And it's a lot easier, with Google Maps. You can just say, okay, start with my location, and this is where I want to end up, right? But Google Maps can't tell you where you're at in life. How did you do this past year? What are the things in your life that you need to stop doing that is not bringing any enjoyment? Maybe it's a business that, certain things, that business that you're trying that aren't working that you need to stop. Maybe you need to stop micromanaging employees. Maybe you need to stop bitching that you don't make enough. Maybe you need to stop bitching that you have a job that sucks. There's a lot of things that are there if you really look. And it's going to take some soul searching. And I don't expect you to do it in this amount of time that I'm doing the video. I want you to think about it. Go through your phone. A lot of people take pictures. I'll show you the highlights. I can tell you, for me, the biggest highlight, other than getting together with family, has been this YouTube channel. Because I want to do it. Because I enjoy doing it. Girls. And it's something that I want to continue. But I want to continue to get better. I want to continue to grow. And I have to figure out, where am I at right now on the channel? I have to look at subscribers, likes, shares. I have to look at the metrics and see who is it that is watching my videos. When I first started out with the videos, I found that it was basically, for age-wise, it was like 55 and older, 60 and older. And I'm thinking, I'm not connecting with the younger people. Why am I not connecting with the younger people? It's because I wasn't talking to the younger people. I wasn't showing them how to do stuff. The older guys, most of them knew all the stuff that I talked about. So we had it in common. So I had to change how I was doing it. I couldn't keep continuing the way it is because it wouldn't grow. So I had to look at, the direction that you're going right now, Eric, is your direction is limited to a certain segment of the population, a certain age group, and 99.9% were male. And I picked up on that about 7 months ago, 6 months ago. And I went back and I looked at my first couple of videos. Horrifying, right? But I started doing things that I thought would help reach a bigger population, a bigger segment of people that are out there that could use my experience, my wisdom, to help them through rougher times. And in doing that, I ended up now, I have, right down to 18 to 25-year-olds that are watching this. And that's awesome. Because what I'm talking about is resonating with you, right? You see that I'm talking to you. And I am truly trying to help you. So in that theory that I'm talking about is continuing what I want to do instead of what I should do, because it brings enjoyment. I enjoy the time that I spend with you. The thing is it time consuming? Yeah. But I can't think of anything better in my life right now that brings me as much enjoyment as getting together with you guys every day and helping people overcome obstacles that weren't shown how to do it, steps to do it. and let you younger people know that a lot of the stuff that's going on that is easier for me than it is for you, because we've talked about this, is that you have yet to have the time to gain experience, to find out what works and what doesn't work, and then taking what does work, and that chalks it into the wisdom column, right? So when you see it again, maybe something similar, you know from experience how to react or how to act. And I think that's what's missing with a lot of you young folks, that nobody's telling you how to do it. Nobody is passing on that wisdom, stop, to you. See, in yesterday's video, we talked about, family and the monarch, the hierarchy, who was the one that basically kept the family together. And you could talk to, stop, and you could talk to, your parents, your grandparents, your aunts, your uncles. To ask them questions and have them give you their wisdom, their experience. And I think we're lacking that today. So a lot of you guys and gals that are younger are kind of spinning your wheels because nobody has taken the time to teach you the basics. Nobody has taken the time to offer their wisdom from their experiences over time and giving you good advice. See, as we get older, that's how we get more wisdom. As we have more time on this earth, we have more experiences, and we found what works and what doesn't work. And I can remember a lot of times my grandfather, telling me, son, you got to do it a certain way. It's not going to work any other way. You got to do it this way. And I was bullheaded, I'm like, well, I don't want to do this. I want to do this, And he'd tell me, you can try that. But I'm telling you, if you want to succeed, here are the steps. And a lot of times it was like a few years later, it would finally, I'd go back to my grandfather and say, you know what? You're right. I should have just done it this way. It would have been so much easier. But I learned valuable experience and wisdom also in doing it my own way and finding out that it didn't work that way. So when it comes to this channel, I hope that the time I'm spending with you guys is helpful to you. It's one thing that I do have. I do have a lot of wisdom. And I enjoy passing that on to people that truly want a better life, to get better. It's not something that you can just say, okay, I'm going to be a better person starting today. Well, you need to find out what kind of person you are, what you want to become, what are the traits that you're doing now that you need to stop is turning away people. It's soul searching. You don't have to do it at the end of each year. You can do it anytime during the year. I encourage you to do it anytime during the year. A lot of people go through life and do everything they should. And they have no enjoyment because they're not doing what they want to do. And you have to have time for yourself to do things that you want to do. Because if you want to do it, it's not work. You don't look at it as work. I know a lot of people with YouTube channels that look at it as a job, as work. I don't. I look at it as time to get a way to do something that I want to do. And I'm not doing it on my regular time. I'm doing it on my own time. I get up early in the morning anyways. For you guys with our coffee at the diner. But I'm making time for the stuff that I enjoy. What's the right word? You have two choices in life. You can go through life being miserable, or you can go through life being happy. Your choice. Come on, girls. What's the matter with you this morning? But the best way to look at it is like with my business, okay? I'm looking at what is working for me, what is not working for me, and what haven't I done that I should start doing. And those three things are going to help you fine-tune. Is, do I continue on the path that I'm at? Is it providing growth? Is it providing more income? Is it fulfilling? Is it good for business? Are there things that I am doing, that the business is doing, that's not making us any money, that we're losing on, and we're spending too much valuable time that I need to stop doing? If I stop doing it, it frees up time and money to start things. 3, to start something that could be beneficial to the business. And what are the things in my business that I want to do versus should do? Because there is a difference. If you want to do it, then you don't mind spending the time. If you should do it, you're going to do it methodically because that's the way it needs to be done, right? And you have to have some should, right? But it shouldn't be all should. There needs to be some want. Because you need, whether you're a business owner, an employee, you need something that is going to drive you, that's going to challenge you to do better. And how do we get better at things? We find what works, what doesn't work. We discontinue the stuff that doesn't work from experience and wisdom. We start doing more of the stuff that does work, continuing something that's going on, and maybe starting into new ventures. Because one thing I can tell you about business is it's ever evolving, ever changing. The layout, the landscape is going to continue to change. And I've seen that a lot when it came to being able to buy and sell online. I got in early enough so that the old firstest is the mostest, right? And I could see where it was headed. And I enjoyed doing it. I wanted to do that because it challenged me. It gave me, I had drive to do what I needed to do for that business. But what I see today is Like our local Napa stores. I heard they're looking at selling and getting out. And people are saying, well, why would they want to do that? Well, it's because everybody is going to Rock Auto, eBay, Amazon, and these people that are selling there don't have the overhead that a normal business would have with employees at the counter, salespeople, delivery people. The guys that are online, they don't need that. They don't. If they're doing their own shipping and packing, yeah, they're going to have some of their own employees. But you don't have to in this day and age. If you can get decent enough orders, you can drop ship from other distributors. We did it for years. Still can do it. But their business is a prime example. Do they continue doing what they're doing and they're losing money because less people are buying parts from them because they're buying online? So do they start, stop, or continue? Right? I mean, seriously, if they continue doing it the way they're doing it, they'll bleed themselves dry because they're not competing with, the auto parts, AutoZone over here. They're competing with the whole world, and they're competing with Chinese sellers. And more as every year passes, we have older customers come in that are getting their parts online. See, that's one of the things that I had to stop was inventorying a lot of parts, because I knew there would come a point in time that even I couldn't compete with China, with the Chinese. And I still keep popular parts on hand that I know that customers need. But those customers are going to come to me because they're in a hurry. They want to get it done over the weekend versus waiting 6 to 8 days to get those parts in the mail. Right? So I stopped what I was doing and said, I need to liquidate what I have. Let me get downsized. Instead of trying to increase and get more debt, decrease, and because all the parts were paid for. So if I sold down the parts, it would bring more money in. It would come in revenue to help the business. And I also had to look at what is going on that is good that we need to continue doing. And then I had to look at, and I have to look at, and I do this on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. I'm constantly thinking, what aren't we doing that we should be doing that would provide more income for the business? See, it's no longer what it used to be years ago that businesses were passed down from family to family to family, And over the years, it kept growing because they would inherit the business and take it and make it bigger, or it's just not there anymore. So that's where a lot of your mom and pops end up closing up because they continued trying to do business the way they had always done business and ran out of funds. That's the nicest way I can say it. They ran out of funds, even though the writing was on the wall. So I'm saying to you today, in the past year, what are the highlights? What were good? What weren't so good? What are the things that you need to stop doing that is hindering you from getting to where you want to be? Whether it's to make more friends, be a better person, better employee. What are you doing now that you need to stop? And it could be just simply your mindset. Instead of bitching about what you don't have, why don't you be happy about what you do have? And I guarantee you, if you're an employee and you work for somebody and you're outgoing and happy, you're more likely to get raises than the guy that's bitching and complaining all the time. You want to have more friends. People don't like to be around Debbie Downers all the time. Someone that's complaining constantly, turns people off, okay? People want to be around other people that they have things in common and that they enjoy doing. So what are the things that you have to do to stop, that you need to stop doing? What are some of the things that are working that you need to continue doing? And what things haven't you tried yet that you should start doing? Those are the three main things, And you have to have time for yourself. You have to have, some R&R. It can't be, all work and busy tending to everybody else's needs and not your own, because it will draw you down fast. So you have to decide, what is it you want out of life? Maybe it's a week's vacation in Florida on the beach. I don't know. A week up in the Adirondacks when there's snow on the ground, snowmobiling. Going out with your partner and dancing at the local bar that's got a live band. Whatever it is that brings you enjoyment, you need to continue that, right? And like I said earlier, for me, I enjoy the time that I'm spending with you. So this isn't work. Sometimes trying to come up with content that I think is relevant, that will resonate across the board, sometimes leaves me scratching my head, But I get in front of the mic in the morning and stuff comes out. Stuff that I think is important, and hopefully it resonates with you. And the same thing that I do with my repair videos. I'm trying to teach you and show you this is the best way to do it if you're going to do it. And as some of you have already said, and you guys, I appreciate all of you, but some of you have said, we're not here for the small engine repair stuff. We're here for your, down-to-earth help sessions. Not therapy, it's help. It's simply me passing on that information to you, that wisdom, to make your life better. So on that note, give that some thought. And in the comment section, put down some of the highlights that you've had in the past year, good and bad. Maybe a new addition to the family. Maybe you lost somebody important, somebody passed away. All of those are highlights. And sometimes we get so embroiled in the day-to-day that for me to try to look back over the last year, just using my head to think about it, I know I'm going to miss a lot that really happened this year that were great. And I'm going to miss a lot of the things that I need to do differently that aren't working. So on that note, you guys have a great Tuesday, the 2nd of December. And I'll see if I can't get some more repair videos out for you guys that are, into that. On that note, we'll see you here tomorrow. Probably this afternoon with another video on repairs, but I don't want to throw too much stuff at you. All right, guys, have a great day.